What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Right on schedule, Apple did drop iOS 26.5 Beta 3, and this couldn't have come any quicker. We've been having significant issues with Beta 1 and 2 with mail push notifications, which with dropped frame rates, you can see that that's already looking like it was improved. Every time you would unlock and lock your phone, the whole bounce animation was broken, so I'm glad to see that. Before we jump into this any further, I apologize for my hand. I had to get it wrapped up. Had a little incident yesterday at my daughter's soccer game, or football game, I should say, here in the US. So don't mind that. Sorry for the horrible look, but let's go ahead and get right into this. First things first, before we talk about the build number, since I mentioned it in recent updates, the phone was getting hot. However, with Beta 3, it looks like that is now calmed down a little bit. At least it felt that way. But it does seem like it is still warming up from my initial touch. You can see while the phone reindexes, it does get somewhat warm. Again, even though we're seeing higher temperatures, you can see it dropping pretty quickly here. It has not felt nearly as bad as it was recently. So aside from that, going into settings, general, and about, 26.5 Beta 3 has a new build number of 23F5059E. We're finally moving in the right direction. This is now an E build from the H build from Beta 2, and hopefully this means we are getting ever so much closer to the public release. Another change here, as you can see, is the modem firmware. The modem firmware last time actually had a -1 to it. Now we have just 1.60.02. So if you were experiencing really any issues with connectivity, with cellular connectivity, hopefully that will be fixed here as well. One other thing that I was experiencing, and a lot of people were, is the actual keyboard issue that I've talked about and said it has improved pretty greatly since Beta 1 came out. Let's test it, since the last couple of betas have been really good, from voice to text to actual just typing speeds and the predictive text line. So what is going on, everybody? Happy Monday. I hope you all are having a great day. Do you like the beach or the pool more? Comment down below and let me know. What do you have planned the rest of the week? Hopefully it is low key. And you can see that worked pretty decently well, went pretty quickly. And then typing as it is also, let's go ahead and just say, hey everyone, what's going on? How are you? The sky is blue. And yeah, it worked pretty quickly. I didn't see many delays. And then of course, the predictive text line. I am in the middle of a storm and I am not sure what to do with it because I am not sure what I am doing with it. So predictive text kind of whack there. It didn't really give me a first priority word that went with the sentence, but it did work fine. More importantly, what I wanted to test is that it didn't disappear. We were having plenty of issues in the past, and even on Beta 2 this last week, I was having significant issues where this predictive text line was not even showing up in the first place, which is usually when that spelling errors and grammatical errors really shine through. So pretty interesting there, but everything seems to be back on track here. One thing that's come up occasionally now with the actual changes in iOS and Liquid Glass is the search bar. We'll talk about that here in a second. You can see we actually do have a new splash screen here that says, welcome to the App Store, a safe and trusted place to discover amazing apps and games, explore timely in-app events, and browse daily stories and recommendations by our editors. Once you get into that, you can see how everything is looking here. Search bar is connected to the rest of our menu options. And then when we went into the music app, you can see on the home screen that unfortunately it is still separate. We don't have a consistent UI across the board here, which just blows my mind. I'm not sure how that is getting missed for so long now, but if it doesn't bother you, it's just a little UI tweak that needs to be done. Not a big deal, but just something I wanted to make you guys aware of. One thing too, if you were experiencing any of those RAM management issues, I can say yet again, everything from these betas has been pretty good in that regard. I always use Clash Royale as an example because it does use up somewhat intensive amounts of RAM. We'll just go ahead and do what we typically do here. Go to the market, get our free chest. Let's skip through this. Get some cards. There we go. Scroll around for a minute. Let's go into the Stocks app. You can see the OS is moving along pretty quickly. Haven't seen any drop frame rates either. The ProMotion display does look pretty good as well. Scrolling is very fluid again. I haven't actually seen a single hiccup at all. Let's go into the Apple Store. So just taking a second to load, but not terrible at all. Let's check out the camera app. Let's see if we have any new splash screens anywhere else. Nope. Let's go into freeform. It looks like everything else is pretty much as you would expect. Now, on to one of the more disappointing parts though. Unfortunately, since we are now 3 betas in, we still do not have any sign of new Siri. And at this point, I think it's safe to assume we probably will not be getting it now until iOS 27. They're going to unveil the chatbot and the upgraded Siri at once instead of in a multi-step plan, unfortunately, because this is exactly the same as it has been really since they introduced Apple Intelligence. So a little bit of a disappointment here. No major change in that regard. Keep that in mind. And then, of course, as everyone wants to know, if you should update to this beta. Obviously, if you are on beta 2 and experiencing any sort of issues, hopefully this will help resolve it. Right off the bat, kind of jumping around, like I said, I do think it does work a lot smoother, even just from the basic functions of unlocking and opening it up. You see your regular animations. Now, as far as what's next, since it is the 20th today, we can expect the next beta, beta 4, to come on the 27th, possibly the RC then on the 4th, and a public release around the middle of May, probably I would say the 18th at the latest. Not too much far away at this point, and speaking of not far away at that point, when that's released, we know we're going to finally see iOS 27 at WWDC on June 8th, so we really don't have that much longer to wait to at least see what should be coming. And then lastly, also, let's see if they updated the developer portal. Usually they're a little delayed here. It is here now. Let's see what the release notes say. We have new features for StoreKit. StoreKit test has a resolved issue. Looks like they resolved an issue with the wallpaper itself too for Unity and Kaleidoscope when they would fail to install or cannot be removed. And that's it. So again, yeah, no big massive changes here in this build. And at this point too, for beta 4, the RC and everything going forward, it is going to be more stability and bug fix related. I will say though, I did have much better battery life with beta 2. I hope that continues here. As you can see, really haven't had anything outstanding for terrible battery usage over the course of using this beta. So that's definitely good to see. And for a data point 2, you can see we have 190 cycle counts and we're still at 100% max capacity, which is not bad halfway through this iPhone's life cycle, or yearly cycle, I should say. So that's it for this one, guys. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think? How are the betas working for you? How disappointed are you that Siri's not here? And what would you like to see in the next big iOS update for iOS 27 at WWDC? Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.